What's up guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. In today's video we're going to be taking a look at how to trade using Futbin, and it's really a great way to make coins, probably the best way to make coins in this game. But before we get into that, if you guys like the content I'm producing and you want to see more of it, make sure to subscribe to my channel, drop a like on this video, and also check out my Instagram for more FIFA related content and ways to make coins. The link to that will be in the description below. Getting into today's method, we're going to be looking at how you can use daily graphs in Futbin to make a lot of coins on a daily basis. One of the best ways to do this is I recommend you go to your console and go to your transfer market, and you want to put in as the minimum buy now at 120,000 coins and the maximum price at 100,000 coins. What that's gonna do is it's gonna filter out the the bids on the card, so that way you can have a higher chance of seeing cards that don't have a bid or have a low bid. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna find a player, add them to your transfer target, and then come to Futbin, search that player up, and then just follow the steps that I show you, and then you should be able to make pretty good profits. I will show you some of my profits at the end of this video. They're all done using the Futbin method, and I've made quite a few coins with this method, and I think it really is one of the best methods in this game, just because you really don't have to spend too much time trading. You just look up the player's price, determine if it's a good time to buy, and then buy it if it is. So I'm just going to show you some examples really quickly. So one of my favorite cards to trade with is Paulo Dybala, and it's specifically his 289 rated cards. I find that special cards work the best. I know that gold cards do work, but there's more supply, which means there's going to be less price fluctuations compared to these special cards that are packs. So what you want to do is let's say you found a Team of the Year nominee, Paulo Dybala, on the transfer market, and you want to determine if it's a good time to buy. Let's say you saw the card either for a buy now of 80,000 coins, or you could bid anywhere up to like 80. The bid was at like 78,000 coins, so you could potentially bid anywhere from 78 to like 85. So what you want to do is you want to come down here and you want to go to hourly graph. And I recorded this late at night or early in the morning in the UK. So for when I click on today, there's only going to be 4 hours. So probably won't use today's graph, but I'll just show you right now. In the last 4 hours, he's barely moved in price. So right now probably isn't the best time to buy, especially since he's trending in an upwards manner. So he goes from 81k to 83k to 84k. So he's going up, and then he should come back down a little bit and then go up again. So he fluctuates on a day-to-day basis, and I'll show you looking at his graph. So here, yesterday he was at a low at 73k, and then he shot up to 85k. And then his next lowest is 74k, shoots up to 80k. 81k down to 77, and as you can see, there's a general little trend here. Now these are buy nows. So let's say there's a couple of cards listed right here for 77,000 coins. That means you have a pretty good chance of winning one of these cards on bid for maybe like 2 to 2.5k below. So let's say you win this card for 75k, and then he goes back up to 80k. Now there's going to be a 4,000 coin tax on an 80k card, which means you're only going to make 1,000 coins. But there is a chance that you could say, okay, I'm going to hold on to this card, and then now we come to today, and he's up at 84k. So you buy him here for 75k, sell him for 84k. That's going to be a 5k profit for you on one card. And what have you done? You just looked at his graph, bought the card for 75k, listed him overnight, and now you've made 5k. It's pretty simple. That's how you want to look at these graphs. You want to look at, are they at a low? So if I looked at a card and I saw him for 85k, but an hour ago I saw him for 73k, I know I don't want to buy him. But if I look at him later in the day and I see he's here for 81k and now he's at 77k, now I might start thinking to myself, I should buy this card. And if you bought him here for a little cheaper than 77, you could sell him either here, or you can list him overnight for maybe a little bit more when when the supply on the market's a little less. I'll show you another example of a card. Or you can also take a look at his 89 card. His 89 card does do the same thing. So his 89 card here is 80k, 85, and then 85. So if you look at his hourly graph today, he goes from 84, 82, 80. So now I'm looking at this graph, and if I were someone, I might sit here and say, okay, if there's multiple cards of him on the market and I can get a bid on him, I might be able to win this card for 78,000 coins. And that would be, in my opinion, a pretty good deal. Just because if you look at his pricing, he hit 87, 88k yesterday. So if I can win it for 77k, that's a lot of profit for me on just one card. So you really just gotta know kind of when the player's low is, even if it's not the extreme low. Like let's say you picked him up in between 80 and 87,000 coins. Obviously you wouldn't want to here, especially when they're coming off of like a very very high point. Like if they're coming off of 88k and then they're coming down to like 85k, don't buy them there. You want to try and get them even lower and get a bigger undercut. That way you can make more profit. But it's okay if you buy them a little higher than their lowest point, just because you don't know when that lowest point is going to be. Like you might think here's going to be the lowest point, but then it goes down a little more. So it's hard to tell exactly what the lowest point is, but you should get a feel if you study certain cards over a couple of days. And I'll just show you one more example. I like Raheem Sterling's Team of the Year nominee card, and this card right now is at 101,000 coins, and I know he's not fluctuated too much in price since last night, just because I saw him for 105k last night. But once again, looking at his hourly graph for today, the last 4 hours, today right now he's at 101. An hour ago he's at 95. An hour before that 98. An hour before that 90,000, and an hour before that 96. So if I saw him at 96, I might say it's buy time, and then you buy one card. Let's say you have more coins to spend. If I see him go down to 90k, now I know I need to start buying a little more cards. Like if I can afford two, I might buy two at 90k if I can get two at 90k. And the reason that's such a great price for him is if you look at his graphs over the last 2 days, which is what you can see. So you can see today's, yesterday's, and the day before, which would be Friday. He never goes below 90k. He doesn't even hit 90k yesterday. He didn't hit 90k yesterday. And on Friday, he barely goes below 98k. So I know that 96k is a really good deal, but 90k is a super deal. Like that's like the time where if you can buy more than one card, you buy more than one card when you know like that in the past 2 days they haven't gone low. Unless like you're in an extreme market crash, don't do that. But like I would say you could safely buy, if I had 900k, I'd buy 10 of these cards and then sell them all right now for 101 to 105k, and you're looking at 5k per card. So if you bought 10, that's 50k profit, and literally doing almost nothing. You're just looking at graphs and buying cards. So that's basically how the method works. So you just look at their graphs and try and figure out when it's their low. It can be a little confusing at first, and you might take a couple of losses at first. But once you get good at this, like this is a really, really good way to make coins. And another thing to also mention is that try and look for cards with hunters and shadows depending on your position. And I'd assume most of you know like which cards are better with hunters and which cards are better with shadows. But if you have any questions on that, feel free to leave a comment. If you have any questions on anything on how to do this method, just leave it in the comments and I'd be more than happy to answer that. But for the most part, just look at their graphs, try and figure out when's their low, and buy one card at that price. So you don't have to buy more than one card. I usually just go for one card unless I'm 100% sure that he's going to rise. But that's just a very, very basic way to make coins. Like I said, make sure you use that filter I mentioned at the beginning of the video to find cards that have no open bids yet and have like less than a minute to 2 minutes left on their card. Come here, quickly look up their price and try and determine. And once you do this method a little more, you'll get a little used to the players' prices, and you might not even have to look up their graphs. But yeah, that's just an overview of the Futbin method. If you have a question, leave it in the comment or send me a direct message on my Instagram. The link for that's in the description below. But yeah, that's pretty much how you do it, and that's it for this video. If you did enjoy this video, leave a like on it, subscribe to my channel for more content and trading methods in the future. And yeah, that's it for me today, guys. I'll catch you later.